Factor, America's #1 ready-to-eat meal kit, can help you fuel up fast with ready-to-eat meals delivered straight to your door. You'll save time, eat well, and tackle everything on your to-do list. And I know it's such a blessing personally. Head to factormeals.com/BCC50 and use code BCC50 to get 50% off your first box. That's code BCC50 at factormeals.com/BCC50 to get 50% off your first box.
Welcome to the chain. My name's Kendahl, and I'm here with the just gorgeous
Sarah Shower.
And this is the BCC Club, where every single week we pick a new topic from the internet, or honestly just anywhere in general, and we deep dive into it, talk about it, and at the end of the episode, we have a guest who we interview.
Yes. And so this week we're talking about family vloggers, which is a continuation of what subject we did?
Mommy vloggers.
Mommy vloggers. And our research assistant, Mia, said, ladies,
let's make it two-parter.
Yeah, and I said, all right, whatever you want, Mia. I guess we're going on your schedule.
And this is so exciting for me because I know so much about family vloggers. In a way that is so disturbing. I've deep dived. That is the crazy part of the internet I know the most about. I'm not subscribed to any of these family vloggers because I do not believe in it, and I think it is bad. But I must admit I give them some views sometimes, which is honestly bad as well. But I do because I'm fascinated by them. I think they're insane. I'm on so many Reddit threads about all family vloggers.
Yeah.
I know so much, and I always have said, I wish that I'd studied harder in school and that I had more helpful information and not just this huge part of my brain that has so much information on family vlog channels, but now I can use it.
And I just really resonate with children who are being tortured by their parents.
I bet you do. Yes. I bet you. Imagine your childhood.
Oh.
Sit with that for a second. We'll take a moment of silence. Now imagine you've been filmed, that whole thing filmed for the public to see.
And it came out in weekly increments. I'd be like, cops, you ain't doing your job.
Well, honestly, it probably would have been helpful for you. A lot of proof.
Yes.
That would have been great.
Mine would actually be a case study. Actually, it'd be considered a war crime because you can't practice on human beings, experiment on them.
You'd be surprised what is filmed and put on the internet that nothing happens. Nothing happens to these parents who film these things of their children. It's insane.
I know.
So we're talking about it today. Before we get into it, Sarah, briefly, what's your week like?
My week was good. Like in the previous episode, I did like a stand-up show. But also today I had something kind of sad and funny happen. I scared an old woman. So we record in Burbank, and there's a bunch of writers' protests because they're not getting paid fair wages, which they should be. And I was at the stoplight, and to my right was a bunch of writers striking. And in front of me was a car, and so I honked my horn like a couple of times just to show support to the writers.
Yeah.
And the person in front of me pulls off to the right, and then there's like two cops on like motorcycles, and they're like, you can't park here, go around. And so like they are frazzled. Their car movements are frazzled.
Yeah.
And so I like drive around them because the light is green. It's just this grandma crying. Like she's like,
oh no.
I was like, oh, she thought I was honking at her, and then the cops are yelling at her. I was just trying to show my support for those people. Oh my God. Something similar happened. I am like, this is like a sitcom level thing. So I have two cars. One is my old car. It's worth about like $500, but the alternator and the battery don't work. Like, I mean, like, it's not just that I haven't been driving it. Like, it will not turn on. Even the doors won't unlock. And so it's been parked on my street, and there's street parking. So it gets a lot of parking tickets. And so eventually.
Oh my God, Sarah. You just pay those?
Yeah. But the thing is, okay, I have a loophole. We'll get to the loophole. So I eventually, the parking person stopped coming, and it was a cop. And so I was out in on my front lawn, and I went up and I was like, oh my God, this is not like a missing person car. That's the first thing I said to the cop. And she was like, what? And I was like, I'm sorry, there's a lot of parking tickets on it. Like, I cannot move the car. And she's like, okay, you can get a lot of these parking tickets removed if you show that the car is inoperable and that you live on this street.
Why didn't you just get it towed?
Because I'd have to stow it.
Well, can't you?
It causes me a lot of anxiety, okay?
Okay, I'm sorry.
I have the title. It's not, the car registration is so expired that I don't have the title from the South Carolina DMV because they sent it to the wrong address because they put the wrong address on my South Carolina license. And so
Okay.
I've been working on that. I got the title of that thing, but it was just like was sitting there collecting dust, and I've also just been busy.
Wow. Yeah.
But a lot of the tickets did get dismissed because
good.
I showed that the car physically cannot move, and I also live on the street.
Oh, yes. Good.
Yes.
Okay, good. That's insane. That
Yeah.
sucks. I'm sorry.
I know, if you would just let me finish, I would tell you, I would give you guys advice on how to. So if you want to get a lot of parking tickets taken off your car, remove part of your car.
Oh, interesting. Like a wheel?
Well, I mean, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
You have to prove that it's inoperable because the receipt from the tow company is what got me, like, cleared a lot of the tickets.
So now it's gone.
Yeah.
Oh, it
Yes.
doesn't have to be. You don't have to lie to me.
What? No, oh no, it's in, and now it's in Naomi's car.
I won't nag you about it anymore.
What? What's
About
going
how you haven't moved your car.
No, the car is off the
Okay,
street
it's
now.
gone. Okay, good.
Yeah.
I don't want you getting. Anytime I get a parking ticket, I almost have a panic attack. So I'm like, the thought of getting a parking ticket every week makes me want to throw up.
I just got like $800 worth of parking tickets written off.
That's incredible.
I
That's
know.
incredible. There's a lot of write-offs. You got those parking tickets written off.
Yep. Well, I mean, like they're like dismissed.
Dismissed.
Yeah. I still have a lot that I need to pay for,
Okay.
but you can just go to the post office and pay them all at once.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could do that at the post office.
I think, yeah.
Well, you got those dismissed. There's a lot of kids in the U.S. who've been dismissed.
Wait, how are
from
you? How was
school.
your week? How was your week? But I like the transition.
Okay, well, we have to make it. We have to make the transition again. What was my week? It was good. Well, you know what? My dog hates the rain.
Mm-hmm.
It's been raining a little bit, and whenever it rains,
Yeah.
she gets really. She holds her shit in
Yeah.
for an insane amount of time,
Mm-hmm.
and I will take her out, and I have to pick her up, take her out, and like force her to walk through the neighborhood, but she won't. It's like out of protest. She's like, I'm not going to give you what you want.
Yeah.
So she doesn't shit. Then she drags me back into the house, and she shits all over the floor. She's so house trained. She's incredible. But when it rains, it's like it's a free for all.
Mm-hmm.
She's just shitting everywhere. So I'm dealing with that right now.
That's the great thing about having a cat is that they have litter boxes.
Yeah.
Could you get like a poop box for the dog?
She would be like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah.
Like I think because she's 11.
Yeah.
It's hard to introduce her to new things. Like she's very stuck in her ways, as someone would say. So it's fine. But she's so small. So whenever she shits, it's not really.
Yeah.
You can honestly pick it up with your bare hands. It's not even that.
When my cat shits, it's massive.
Yeah.
Like, I remember I had a party one time, and I hadn't cleaned out the litter box, and I thought someone actually, during the party, shit in my cat's litter box. I was like, but Dopey's a 20-pound cat, so.
Oh, man. Well, that's like I will never have a big dog.
Yeah.
Because I've dog sat before for my friend who has a big dog.
Yeah.
And the first time she shit, I was like, I'm never having a big dog. This is the scariest thing I've ever seen. It was it was worse than a human. It was bigger than a human's ever shit. It was insane. Like I felt like you'd use like both hands.
Yeah.
And it was just terrible. My dog's Chihuahua, and it's like a tiny little chocolate covered raisin. It's like so cute.
We had a golden retriever named Matilda, and we'd walk with it. And whenever my mom would put the bag over her hand, she'd grab it. She'd be like, "So warm."
I know. Well, sometimes when it's cold outside, I
Yeah.
hold on to it.
Really?
Swear on my life.
Just poop warmer.
I hold it. I pick it up with the bag, and I just hold it there for a second because I'm cold and it's so warm. Mm-hmm. It's my own dog, though. Like I would bathe in my dog's shit. I love her so much.
Oh my god. I think we had a rabbit one time, and I think honestly the smaller the poop is actually more annoying.
Why?
Because you gotta like.
Yeah, and now that's true. And Angel, that's my dog.
Yeah.
She now is better about it. So we got her when she was already like 7.
Yeah.
She's older. She's an older dog. And she lived on the street for years and years. So she had like no trust in people. Mm-hmm. Now, you know how dogs, when they shit, they're supposed to like look at their owner to be like, make sure you're looking out for me while I'm shitting. But Angel, she does that now, which was a huge moment for me. But she used to not do that because she was just like so used to shitting and like staying alert.
Yeah.
So she would shit while she was running. And so she would be like sprinting and there would just be like shit falling.
Yeah.
And you'd have to walk like for 25 steps, picking up like a small piece of shit every couple feet.
I would just tie a butterfly net to her butt.
Now that would be cute.
Yes.
That would be cute. I would want to get a video of that. I'd film that. I'd put it on the internet.
Yes.
Similarly to what a lot of family vloggers do. Mm-hmm. I'm loving doing transitions. I've gotten really into it.
You are good at that.
I don't know if I'm good at it, but I do it. We're talking about family vloggers today.
Mm-hmm.
Family vloggers, what are they? They're exactly what they sound like. They're people who vlog every day or once a week. They vlog their family and they post it on the internet, and people are obsessed with them. These people accumulate more followers than any group of people on the internet I know.
Yeah. And we did want to say that a lot of this research will overlap with our mommy vlogger, but Mia did want us to know that mommy vlogger and family vlogger are different. But if you hear a lot of repetitive information,
yeah,
that is why. We'll try to spin it in a new way.
And there's a lot of mommy vloggers now on the internet who are doing good. They're not showing their kids, but they're showing how to be a mom. And I think that's a very valuable thing that has a very nice place on the internet for it. They show what they make their kids for lunches and how they clean their house and what they do. Not that moms only make lunches and clean, but that's a lot of what the mommy vloggers post. Family vlogging, you got to involve your kids. It's all about the kids as the family as a unit. There's not usually like there's not usually a main character of the family vlog. Sometimes there is, but it's the family is the main character.
It's very much ensemble.
It's an ensemble pilot.
Yeah.
Is what we would call that. Oh, good Lord, I'm sorry.
Kendahl, your phone.
Oh, boy. I'm so sorry.
Oh, my God.
Okay, let's try to move on from that.
Well, howdy, BCC Club listeners. So during the spring season, you need wholesome, convenient meals to energize you for warmer, more active days. That's right, y'all. You should be going outside and keep you on track reaching your goals. Factor, America's #1 ready-to-eat meal kit, can help you fuel up fast with ready-to-eat meals delivered straight to your door. You'll save time, eat well, and tackle everything on your to-do list. And I know it's such a blessing personally. So too busy to cook this May with Factor? Skip the trip to the grocery store and skip the chopping, prepping, and cleaning up too. I hate cleaning up, and my husband is just no help. Y'all ladies know how it is. Factor's fresh, never frozen meals are ready in just 2 minutes. So all you have to do is heat and enjoy, then get back outside and soak up the warmer weather. Put on a good SPF. I always learn the hard way. Looking for calorie-conscious options ahead of summer? Try delicious, dietitian-approved calorie-smart meals with around or less than 550 calories per serving. Oh, that sounds delicious. Need an extra boost of energy to support your wellness goals this spring? I know I do, because my husband, like I said, is no help. Try Protein Plus meals with 30 grams of protein or more per serving. We offer delicious, Factor that is, flavor-packed options on the menu each week to fit a variety of lifestyles, from keto to calorie smart, vegan plus veggie, and protein plus. Prepared by chefs and approved by dietitians and me personally. Each meal has all the ingredients you need to feel satisfied all day long while meeting your goals. And if you're looking to mix it up, get a little spicy, saucy, you can add a protein to select vegan plus veggie meals each week. Oh my gosh. That just sounds delicious. With 34 plus chef-prepared, dietitian-approved weekly options, there's always something new to try. Plus, you can round out your meal and replenish your snack supply with an assortment of 45 plus add-ons. Good Lord, I know each week in the past I just used to eat peas or rice, so this is, a breath of fresh air. Including breakfast items like our delicious apple cinnamon pancakes, bacon and cheddar egg bites, and potato, bacon, and egg breakfast skillet. Or for an easy wellness boost, try refreshing beverage options like cold-pressed juices, shakes, and smoothies. Oh, I love a good smoothie. I'm always on the run. Looking to pack in more protein? Conveniently add on filling options like a salmon fillet or chicken wings to your Factor meals to support your dietary goals any time of day. You can't see it, but I'm dancing. I'm so excited. Want to budget this month by cutting back on takeout? Oh my gosh. Get Factor instead. Not only is Factor cheaper than takeout, but meals are ready faster than restaurant delivery in just 2 minutes. With Factor, you can rest assured you're making a sustainable choice. We offset 100% of our delivery emissions to your door, source 100% renewable electricity for our production sites and offices, and feature sustainably sourced seafood in our meals. Hallelujah. Oh my God. This May, get Factor and enjoy clean eating without the hassle. Simply choose your meals and enjoy fresh, flavor-packed meals delivered to your door, ready in just 2 minutes, no prep, no mess. And that's what I do love about Factor. I feel like with other food delivery services, they give you the ingredients and they expect you to make the meals. I'm sorry, that's not what I signed up for. So head to factormeals.com/BCC50 and use code BCC50 to get 50% off your first box. That's code BCC50 at factormeals.com/BCC50 to get 50% off your first box.
Let's see.
How did family vlogging start? I'll take it away, Kendahl.
Yeah, take
you
it away.
text your little boy toy back.
I have some boyfriends I need to text back.
All right, so family vlogging started. Reality shows like John and Kate Plus 8 and 19
yeah.
Kids and Counting may have inspired people to vlog their families. John and Kate Plus 8 was a reality TV show on TLC starring Kate Gosselin and John Gosselin and their 8 children. They were, like, she was pregnant with 8 kids. It was crazy.
It was insane.
The show aired from 2007.
6 kids.
John and
6
Kate
kids.
Plus 8.
They had 2 kids before.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's still a lot of kids, but 8 kids would be,
I know.
that would be crazy.
Like Octomom.
Yeah.
19 Kids and Counting was a reality TV series on TLC that featured the Duggar family and their 19 children. It aired from 2008 to 2015.
Oh, yeah.
My high school years.
Yeah.
I'm so funny. No, I'm kidding. I graduated in 4. All right.
I'm going to steal that. Saying my high school years about a long date, like time between is so funny.
No, don't steal that.
I'm going to steal it. You're going to go on my Instagram and I'll be making a bunch of videos saying that.
Kendall, make this a collaboration post because I wrote that joke for you. And now I know why the writers are striking.
Yes. And I don't pay Sarah anything.
No, notably, both reality shows have been involved in scandals.
Can you believe it?
The Goslins divorced in 2009 and their show was renamed Kate Plus 8. Filming was later suspended. When John's lawyers delivered cease and desist letters to TLC demanding they stop production.
Oh my God.
And members of the Duggar family have made transphobic and homophobic statements. Oh my God, that's not like Christians.
Yeah. Can you believe that?
We ain't known for that.
So funny. There's so many people like this on TikTok where it's like a woman who lives in Tennessee.
Yeah.
She is like, I'm a pastor's wife. And this isn't about anyone specific, but it'll be like, I'm a pastor's wife. Here's my morning routine with my 7 kids.
Yeah.
And then it's like she lives the most Republican life you've ever seen.
Yep.
And then it's like the search bar is like homophobic controversy with this woman. And people are like, wait, is she homophobic? And I'm like, yes, she's homophobic. You should have guessed that from just watching her content. Why are we being so... I mean, I don't follow her because she seems like she's homophobic. But how are you shocked? It's like when people found out the LeBrant fam was pro-life.
Yeah.
I'm like, what did you think they were? You thought they were pro-choice? Mm-hmm. You thought he was a feminist? There's absolutely no way you really thought that's what that was happening.
No, you'd be
Be
remiss.
smart. You would be remiss.
The Duggars are associated with the biblical patriarchy movement. This is actually a cult. All right, so which believes that there's Christianity. Okay. Anyone who's raised super Christian will know that we got non-denominational and Episcopalians are the most liberated Christians. We call them the gay Christians.
Yeah.
And then you got Christians. You got Catholic, which is another. It gets more extreme. But then you got Southern Baptist. You got all this stuff. And then you
What's
have
the one that starts with a P?
Presbyterians.
Those are the ones who...
Presbyterians are. You're talking. Episcopalians are the gay ones.
No,
Presbyterians
are the one who talk
No, they're
in tongues.
They're no.
Who are the ones who do that?
Well, it depends on if they're Baptist, Southern Baptist, or you got a lot of variations.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God, it's like talking to a tree. So then we get a little bit more extreme. You got Catholicism, and then you got Latter-day Saints, which is Mormons, and then
I know about the Latter-day Saints.
Yeah.
Because that's all the that's all the family vloggers are Mormons.
Yes, and so the biblical patriarchy movement finds itself a little in that hellhole. It believes that men are ordained by God to be the leaders of their households and strongly discourage birth control. I tell you what, you were coming on my back. Sorry, I'm bad. Okay, I gotta stop. I love being Southern though. Okay,
You can do it. You can always be Southern.
all right. In January 2023, Ginger Dagger, Boo Ole.
Ginger is such a
It's a spaz,
slutty name to give a Christian, like Ginger's her name.
but it's with a J.
That's such a cool, like, you know what I mean? Like if I met a Ginger, I'd be like, ooh, Ginger is like cool.
Well,
you know?
I think they all have J names, so they needed to put a J in there.
That's bizarre.
Criticized her family's cult-like religious beliefs. She told,
She's one of the children. I thought
Yeah.
she was the mother.
Oh, no. But she told People magazine, fear was a huge part of my childhood, and I thought I had to wear only skirts and dresses to please God. Music with drums, places I went, or the wrong friendships could bring all the harm. I think religious trauma is incredibly traumatizing, as they say. But I went to a church one time in California. This is what scared me about my parents. One of the youth pastors believed in a family annihilation, and that's where the man kills everyone in his family.
Yep.
Yeah. And he was like, that's not that bad. And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really scary.
Yes.
It is really, really scary. And there's actually murder cases
Oh, yeah.
of families that get involved in like kind of a sect, especially in the Mormon church.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not trying to get sued by the Mormon church, but this is true. There's stories of people kind of making a sect, like they're Mormon, and then they kind of start a little group, and they murder their family.
Yes.
Very scary.
Yes.
It's very deeply scary. And it's scary because it's only a hop, skip, and jump away from Mormons. You know what I mean? They like are raised Mormon, and that's their next step. A couple people, not everyone, but a couple people.
Well, if you know anything about cults, usually it's built off of pre-existing biases. Yeah. But fuck, what was I gonna say? I just forgot. Damn, I just forgot.
I don't know what you're gonna say.
Oh yeah.
He said he believed in family annihilation.
A lot of people, when they kill their family or someone in the name of God, they don't realize they're experiencing religious psychosis, which is one of the more popular, common forms of psychosis.
Ooh, it's scary.
Yeah.
It is very, very scary. I mean, if you know about Julie Vallow.
No.
Lori Vallow? I can't remember her name. I think it's Lori, not Julie.
What happened?
She's a woman who did. She got involved in a cult and killed her whole family. And it's scary because, and I'm going to talk about this a little later because there's one of these family vloggers who's showing very similar tendencies to Lori Vallow. It is that she was obviously you don't know the whole thing, but it was like she was not always a bad woman.
Yeah.
Like she was not always she was used to be a loving mom.
Yeah.
From what I saw in the documentary. That might be, her kids might be like, I beg to differ.
Yeah.
But from what it's like, she was a normal mom, and this has such, not this, family vlog is different, but religion can take such a hold of someone's brain that it literally turns them from someone who would murder to someone who would not murder. Isn't that insane?
It's a pipeline.
Oh, it's a pipeline. It's a gateway.
Yeah.
It's a gateway murder drug.
We're going to skip around because this is mostly about reality TV, but as early as 2007, YouTubers realized that Cute Kid Does Stuff is a genre prone to virality. Yeah, look at America's Funniest Home Videos.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, in every reality show at the time, I know it's not, we were skipping reality, but like all the shows, and thank God it's changing.
Yeah.
But at that time, it was like Super Nanny, John and Kate Plus 8, Dance Moms, Toddlers and Tiaras. Like that, it was like kids are what people want to see. They want to see real kids being traumatized.
Yeah.
And it really, I mean, they all just became so popular, all of those shows. Honey Boo Boo, Here Comes Honey Boo Boo, which is devastating.
Yeah.
And it's bizarre. I don't know what in our brains was like this. And I'm a Dance Mom stan.
Yeah.
I know. And I love Dance Moms. And honestly, the Dance Moms love me.
Yes.
They've all reached out and they love me.
Really?
So the Dance Moms love me.
Oh my God.
yeah.
Why aren't they all on the show right now?
I know. Well, they're going. I would love for them to be.
Okay.
I'm gonna make a video with Christy. Do you know Christy?
No.
Chloe's mom.
No.
Her and I, we love to chat. But so I think they're okay with me liking the show. But I was obsessed with it. I was also a child, so maybe that's why it was interesting to me. But it's like, what in our brains was like, we want to watch a bunch of children sobbing. That's what we want to do.
Yeah.
Scary. And family vlogging.
Who was the first family?
The first family vlog. Sorry, I got a little lost.
You're good.
The first family vlog channel was Shay Carl. Okay, did you watch Shay Carl?
Yes, I did. And we can't say his name for all of his kids, but because it ends in a.
It's insane that was his name.
Yeah.
People, I I was talking to someone a couple months ago, and they were like, I thought that was their last name for years.
Yeah.
And it's not. And it is insane that okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's Shay Carl. I did watch Shay Carl growing up because I was a child.
Yeah.
I mean, that was who it was for. I think I give a little, he was truly the first family vlog channel. And I give him some leeway at that time because I think now you know what you're getting into.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I think he started as a weight loss channel at first. Like it was just for him to show his weight loss journey. And then slowly started like recording with his kids and his family. And it was more for like home videos.
Yeah.
More than anything. And then they blew up and they vlogged
Every day.
every single day.
Yeah.
They never missed a day. Ever. It was, the Saturdays and Sundays, everything. They vlogged every single day. And their kids just fully grew up on camera. And then they were huge stars. But I think when things started to kind of hit the fan for them, they went off the internet.
Yeah.
They're kind of back now sometimes.
Yeah.
But they seem to realize when it was detrimental to their children to remove them from it. However, I think there was a lot of things that probably were detrimental to their children that they just did not know were detrimental to their children. You know what I mean? Now we've all sat and like thought about why it's bad to have a camera in your kid's face. And we've talked about consenting on the internet. But in 2004 or 5 or whenever he started YouTube, nobody was thinking about that. You know?
Yeah. It's like smoking while you're pregnant.
Yeah, exactly. People don't know. People just don't know that that's bad.
You don't know that you're pregnant in the first trimester and you know you're like a chain smoker. It's just a whole thing. Yeah.
But I think that was like, because I think the difference now is people set out to be famous. And I do not think his original goal was to be famous. I think in the middle there, he was loving being famous. But I think that was like, that's not how it started. So he was the first one. And it really, they were huge. They were the first YouTube family. Shay Carl's son Brock has been noted as the internet's first Truman baby as a reference to the Truman Show, as his life has been documented since birth. That's wild. And now there are many, 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 many children just like that.
He cheated on his wife and they were all super religious. Surprise, surprise. Morally
He's an
corrupt.
alcoholic.
What do you have to say about him?
I love that about him. It's my favorite fact about him.
Notoriously great people.
Yeah.
The alcoholics.
Well, he talks a lot. Well, that was why I know. And I think it was a big moment because they were like, we're perfect family.
Yeah.
And then it was like, no, well, you're an alcoholic and you are cheating on your wife and everything is not perfect. And and so have you read the DMs?
No.
So there were DMs between this woman and him
Yeah.
that were very dirty.
Uh-huh.
And I think that might have been an internet wake-up call for them because their children were at an age where they were on the internet too.
Yeah.
And their kids were like seeing these things, you know, and everyone at school is seeing these DMs and how traumatizing that is.
You know, now don't quote me on this. I think I'd rather have a nude leak than a sex leak.
100%.
I'm going to flip you around and eat your freshly shaven asshole.
Oh, it's so
just show my
embarrassing.
boobs.
It's so embarrassing.
Yes. Yeah.
It's so embarrassing. I can't even imagine. And so they went off the internet for the while, but they changed everything. They made a full career. They both quit their jobs. I don't know if I think the wife had a job, but they both quit their jobs and they were millionaire. I mean, they were rich. Like they bought a huge land in Idaho and constantly were building pools and I'm so poor. I said they had a pool. They were so rich. They had a big pool in Idaho in the middle of nowhere, but they were very rich. And that I think showed a lot of people like, oh, this is what I want to do. I want to stay at home. That's the real draw to family vlogging that I hear people talk about. You can stay home with your kids and just enjoy time with them for a living, but it's like not how it is really. So family vloggers create different types of content. Do you want to talk about that?
Yes. So this is the difference between family and mommy vlogging. Family vloggers and mommy vloggers are two different categories of content. For mommy vloggers, the mom is the main voice and character of the channel/content. It's more lifestyle based. Clean and cooking. A family vlogger centers around the collective, making the whole family, the kids and parents, the brands in focus. There's a stereotype that these channels are more chaotic and shocking due to popular family channels fitting this style, like Ace Family, Daddy of 5, 8 Passengers, some of Kendahl's favorites.
8 Passengers. I love 8 Passengers. Oh, they're crazy.
Yes, there is some overlap and similarities in criticism between these two. It's like a square and a rectangle.
Yeah.
Very similar, not the same.
Not the same.
You don't have to laugh.
You sound like my middle school math teacher.
Well, I'm from South Kakalaki. Yes.
Do you say I don't have to laugh at what you say?
You don't have to laugh at what I say.
I know. I think you're funny. You should say that at your next stand-up show.
You guys don't have to laugh.
No. By the way. It's not really that funny.
Wait, let me
Sorry, go ahead.
Family vloggers create different types of content centered around their families. Videos frequently show families doing fun activities, challenges, and pranks together. Some common trends include adoption prank.
Huge prank.
Yeah, especially international adoption, traveling the world in an RV. We've already talked about this millions of times, how that's just torturing the kids.
It's insane.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah, you keep the kids in a horizontal porta potty. Yeah, they're gonna go crazy.
It's like maybe you said this last time. I've heard people say this before. Where they're like, "What's trashy if you're rich? No, it's trashy if you're poor, but cool if you're rich."
Yeah.
And RV living is 100% that.
Yeah, like tiny homes versus trailer parks.
Yeah.
They're like, but tiny homes are so aesthetic. It's like, oh my god.
Or like when people like redesign a bus and
Yeah.
then they're like shocked to find out it costs like $200,000. I'm like, yeah, you can't gut a school bus and make it into a working home for cheap. That's not cheap. Anyone who's doing that is not poor. Or like there's a woman I actually like and I follow her.
Yeah.
I know I'm going off track. I'm sorry. But she is a family vlogger. So this is
relevant.
She doesn't really show her kids, but they're like in the background kind of. So she's not like, these are my kids. But she cooks on a homestead that she has. She has cows. She makes everything from scratch. And everything is designed like the olden days. Like she has a very old stove.
I know who you're talking about, and people get mad at her.
They got mad at her because they found out she was rich.
Yeah, because her stove was worth like $50,000.
Yeah. And I was like, you thought that woman was poor?
Yeah.
You thought she was... What planet are you living on?
Yeah.
This is clearly a rich woman.
Yes.
That's insane. You thought she was poor?
Mm-hmm.
How would she have she lives the most lavish life. And I was like, she's being great for the environment, very sustainable.
Yeah.
If you're going to be rich, it's a great way to utilize it. Why is she getting hate for being moderately rich when she's not like flying anywhere? She's not hurting the environment. She's not wearing Gucci bags. She's just feeding her cows. But people couldn't believe it.
Yeah, I think if she claimed to be poor and then she wasn't, then that would be the hang up. But she didn't do that.
She didn't.
There's also homeschooling and unschooling. It's where you hit your kids in the head a couple times and they forget fourth grade. Unschooling is an educational philosophy that relies on child's innate curiosity and desire to learn. In families that practice unschooling, students do not attend school and do not follow a set homeschool curriculum. These kids are not fit for the society. Many family channels aimed at kids will include viral, kid-friendly elements like Fortnite and Slam. Sorry, guys, I'll stop with the accent. Family channels often use clickbait to attract viewers. Family channels often target kids as their main audience. This can be problematic when family channels feature mature topics that are inappropriate for kids, like the Ace family posting sexually suggestive videos like, I wore a scandalous outfit to see how my husband would react. Kids in these vlogs sometimes seem to be coached to do or say things in order to create more entertaining content. Kids are sometimes put in situations that aren't age appropriate, like the LeBrant family having two 7-year-olds That would have been so progressive.
I was like, wait, they did that? That's awesome.
Two 7-year-olds go on a date together. Okay, so the gays are sexualizing children, but they can put these two super Christians, like make two 7-year-old go on a date.
I know.
Like if you made two 7-year-old boys go on a date, everyone would literally like burn California to the ground.
It's insane.
But like,
yeah, just California.
Yeah. Well, it's wildfire season,
right?
So they tried it in other states, but it was really hard to catch.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Exactly right. They don't care about ruining kids. They don't care about children at all. So family vloggers, there's been a huge rise and fall of them recently. I feel like in the last year and a half.
Yeah.
People are like, wait a minute, this feels bad, actually.
Yeah.
And I'm shocked it didn't happen sooner because it is truly so invasive.
Yeah.
And some of these, there's some family channels that I still think are bad, but are much less intrusive.
Yeah.
There are some family channels where like you know the kids' names and you know that they're like in competition dance, but like you don't know anything about them. They're not showing them getting disciplined or crying.
Yeah.
There's channels like the 8 Passengers, who we know, I've seen all their stuff. They showed every time they disciplined a child. I mean, seriously, like screaming at them, yelling at them. They showed like they have videos called like My First Period, shaving my legs for the first time.
Oh my God.
Shaving my armpits for the first time. Like, and their kids look so deeply uncomfortable. That's another thing too. Like, I think what 8 Passengers, I do think was the turning point of family vlogging where people are like, wait, this is not good. Because they did some things that were just so unacceptable across the board. Like, everyone would agree that that's not acceptable. And so it made people be like, wait, she's a bad mom. And then it kind of, I think, turned into like, wait, is family vlogging in general bad?
Yeah.
And what was I going to say? Sorry, I just forgot what I was going to say. I don't remember what I was going to say. Okay. But it was I was going to say that the kids in the, like, I think sometimes on family channels, the kids do seem like they're having fun.
Yeah.
And like, I remember being a kid and I loved, like, I would be like always begging my mom to get out the camcorder. Like, I wanted to like film and hold it and whatever. But as a parent, you have to be like, but I'm not going to put you on the internet because that's not safe for you. And also you will not want that later. But I get, as a kid, being excited to film. And family vloggers always say that they're like, well, my kids are the one asking to film. My kids want to film videos, which it's like, okay, film a video, then you don't have to post it. But on 8 Passengers, the children hated it. They hated it. There's videos that she posted, she didn't even edit it out, of the kids being like, can we please not film this? And her being like, we're gonna film it anyways. And they're literally like begging her to not film. And she does it anyways. So that channel, I think, was so, and you just see everything. You've seen all those children crying. Even when they're like, it's not their babies. They're like 13 and they're like crying, being like, I'm just having a hard day. And she's like putting their camera in their face. It's insane.
That's so fucked up. I would just like, there's this whole, like there's that conversation around like moms who do like OnlyFans. And they're like, how will you have this conversation with your kids in the future? It's like, well, I mean, I'm not going to be showing them pictures. If someone does show them pictures, like that's messed up and it's actually a copyright, whatever.
Yeah.
But like that's a conversation they're gonna have with their kids. But like this is like you're filming your kids and they cannot consent to what is happening.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I remember one time one of my brother's friends, I was having a meltdown, like a sensory meltdown, and he filmed it.
How old were you?
I was probably like 17.
Okay.
I was having a sensory meltdown and he sent it to all of his friends on Snapchat. And I told my mom and she's like, it's fair game. Like, you had a meltdown. And then now every time I tweet about my mom, she's like, that's so mean. Can you take that down? I'm like, sorry, it's fair game.
And what does she say?
She just doesn't answer. But yes, she doesn't know what I'm referencing because, of course, she's perfect and her mind is scrubbed.
Right.
But like, yes, it is kind of messed up. There's articles now coming out about all these kids who are like, they grew up on family channels and now they're like, people know my most private moments. I have like, imagine, it's one thing if you cultivate a personality and you grow a fandom. If you did not want to grow a fandom and now people are emotionally invested in you, that must be terrifying.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's bizarre. It's truly bizarre. And Sherry, who is the eldest of the 8 Passengers family, just did a podcast talking about how opening up about what it was like, because she doesn't speak to her parents anymore.
Yeah.
And it's like, I think that's what's going to start. Yeah, what's going to start happening. So I won't go on too long of a rant. Where are we at? Why are family channels so popular among audiences? Mm-hmm. Is that right?
Yes.
Woohoo! So media psychologist Dr. Pamela Rutledge says that family vloggers were initially popular because, as well as being a novelty, they provided a voyeuristic glimpse into others' lives, as well as showcasing authentic experiences of parenting, which helped to normalize the ups and downs of the experience. Like other types of channels, viewers may develop a parasocial relationship with the family and feel a connection to them.
Mm-hmm. And so, like mommy vlogging, a lot of times they realize there's a lot of money in it, so parents get paid to spend time with their family. And then this, like we mentioned with the mommy vlogging, it enters the realm of like child actors, where, now a majority of your income is based off of your children, and considering child labor laws, that shouldn't be allowed. We talk about privacy invasion, but also you're now relying on your child, and they should not have that financial stress.
And the people, and there's a lot of family vlog channels that I think, especially since TikTok and a little bit on Vine, where like a kid would go viral for saying something.
Yeah.
Because you can tell your kid to say anything and then it goes viral. Like if you're like, they're 2 and you say, my dad's a piece of shit. That's like viral because it's like so funny because a kid said it. And so I think there were a lot of kids on TikTok and Vine that went viral doing that. And then their parents started channels from that. But it's like nobody cares about the parents. Everybody was just watching for the kid. And so the parents would quit their jobs. And I think of a false sense of like, well, I run this channel and I do this work. So this is my success.
Yeah.
But it's like giving your kid a job. Your kid now supports their entire family. Some of them at 2 years old.
Yeah. And I think, not to give exploitation advice, but I think like the pendulum also swings the opposite direction, that these people have not realized that if it's funny when young people say weird shit, you could also just ask your grandma to say some weird shit and that would take off and she can consent to that. But we're going to skip through because a lot of this we did cover in Mommy Vlogging, so please listen to that episode.
I think let's just talk about the people.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about some notable family vloggers because I know with Mommy Vlogging we did skip through them, but we can actually go into the family vloggers. So if you want to start it off, Kendahl.
Ace family.
Yeah.
I don't know a ton about the Ace family. They never seemed interesting to me. So I was always like, I think what draws me to certain families is they have to be so different from anything I've ever experienced. Like that's what I think I got into 8 Passengers in high school because I was like, I can't believe people live like this because I did not grow up in a religious household. And so it was interesting to me. Like it felt like a documentary and I love documentaries and that's what it felt like. So I don't want to watch 2 normal parents just being like, stupid. I don't really know.
Yeah.
They were like young, I guess, and they were hot. I guess people liked that about them, but I'm not really interested.
That's why I would watch them if I was a parent because I like to see myself represented in media and just 2 hot people. No, but they, I think they used to be Viners. They have 3 children. They showcase their wealth and they always try to make us feel bad for them, but they're extremely wealthy. You can tell by their house. But they...
Sorry, go ahead.
They're very clickbaity. They always do pranks. And then we're actually gonna talk about the analytics of 8 Passengers. Well, sorry, not the stats of 8 Passengers.
Of 8 Passengers?
Yeah, that's right, beneath the Ace family.
Great. So 8 Passengers. There falls the Frankie. I don't even have to look at this. It follows the Frankie family. Parents led Ruby and Kevin. Frankie. Kevin is a teacher at BYU. So they're very, involved in the They're very involved in the Mormon church. And their whole family is really involved in the Mormon church. It's very... because all of Ruby's family is family vloggers. She's 5 siblings. Every single one of them is a family vlogger with like millions of followers. They're all successful family vloggers. It's crazy.
Yeah.
The parents have 6 kids. Sherry, 20, Chad, 18, Abby, 15, Julie, 14, Russell, 11, and Eve, 9.
Kendahl didn't even read that. That was straight from memory.
I only didn't know I wasn't sure about the ages.
Yeah.
So I checked, but I know all the names. As if there's something to be proud of. People are like, Kendall's weird. Make her stop. She should stop watching this. I'm
they
like,
have
I
the
know.
8 Passengers portion of the SAT.
I know. Seriously. I mean, that's what I would have done well. Their videos focus on family life milestones, family activities, vacations, and some lifestyle content. They rarely go on vacations. One time they went to Mexico and they stayed at the Hard Rock Resort.
Oh my God.
Which is not going to Mexico.
Yes.
Not the same as going to Mexico. You're in Mexico, but no. And they haven't uploaded since January 2022. They got into CPS was called on them.
Oh.
And there was a lot. And they talked about that. That wasn't like a hearsay. They were like, we had CPS called on us.
Mm-hmm.
And it felt like a very frustrating video because they were like laughing and being like, when the woman from CPS came in, she was like laughing and saying, I don't know. This is crazy that they were. And I was like, there's no way that happened.
Yeah.
A CPS worker would not. I mean, I guess I can't be sure.
They don't laugh.
There's no way a CPS worker came in and laughed and said, oh, I don't know why anyone would call CPS on you. This is crazy. Like that's insane.
Yeah.
Because that doesn't even make any sense. So that felt bizarre.
Yeah, that's like saying like a war-hardened veteran. They're notoriously jolly.
Right. Always.
Yes.
So that felt crazy because so they had sent their son away to a wilderness therapy camp, which is very common within that group of people.
Wait, conversion therapy?
No, it's a wilderness therapy camp where you go for behavioral issues.
Oh, yeah.
But a lot of these people do not have behavioral issues. I mean, they might have ADHD, but also they're going to schools that are religious schools. So, like, I guess their son had been getting, like, suspended.
Yeah.
But if you look at what is you can suspend a student for, it's insane.
Yeah.
It's insane. Like, he was just kind of, I think he was a little more of a rascal than the other kids, but, like, he's a good kid.
Yeah, he wasn't a hoodlum, but he was a rascal.
Right.
Yeah.
And exactly right. And they went to wilderness therapy camp for months and months and months. Then he pulled a prank on his brother, took away his bed for 9 months.
Oh.
Had to sleep on a beanbag because he pranked his brother. There's one.
This is getting eerily familiar.
I find out your last name's Frankie.
Keep going. What's happening?
Right. Then there's an episode. There's a video where because she does parenting. That's what's insane. She's trying to teach people how to parent their kids, basically.
Yeah.
There's a video where her toddler forgets her lunch at home.
Yeah.
She's like 4.
Yeah.
4 years old. She's going to preschool. Doesn't pack her lunch. And she does a video from the car. She's like, I've received a call from Eve's teacher who's very concerned because Eve didn't pack her lunch. And it is her responsibility in the morning to get up, pack her lunch, and take it to school. And she forgot that. And I said, I'm sorry. I know you're uncomfortable, but I'm not bringing her food. And I hope no one feeds her. And I hope she goes hungry today because she needs to learn. And she's like 4 years old.
Yeah.
It's insane. There's another video where her daughter's crying. She's 3 at this point. This is before preschool.
Yeah.
Or it was like early preschool. I think it was still preschool, but she was like 3.5, 4.
Yeah.
She's crying because I guess she woke up late for school and her mom was like, I'm sorry, you wake up late for school. You don't get to go to school. And her eldest daughter is like getting the child ready. And it's like, Mom, she's 3 years old. What is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Because it's like, so she just held her kids to this insane standard and was abusive. I mean, it's online. You can watch her being abusive.
That sounds like my mom. All of that actually sounds like my mom.
It's terrible.
We have Shay Carl, which we talked about. We also have Daddy of 5.
Do you know them? I don't really know them.
Nor the centers on the Martin family led by Mike, a.k.a. Daddy of 5, and Heather, a.k.a. Mommy of 5. They have 5 children, Jake, Ryan, Emma, Cody, and Alex. The channel was created in 2015 and focused on daily vlogging and prank videos. Any family vlogging channel already bad, but add pranks on top of it and it's just a nightmare. CPS should be there at all times. In 2017, the family became the center of controversy and all videos on their channel were removed.
Wow.
It was caused by a series of prank videos showing the parents physically and emotionally abusing their children.
Wait, well, I don't know. That if I remember, if this is the same family, but I think it's happened to multiple families, but I think their kids were taken away.
Daddy
for briefly a moment.
5 physical abuse. Let's look up what type. Okay, well, just corporal punishment. Sorry, I don't know.
Insane.
Yeah.
There's a clip on 8 Passengers. It's not funny, but the kids. This is what made this channel watchable. Is that the kids are funny.
Yeah.
Because they are. Chad and Eve. Eve's the youngest. Sorry, this is one last thing about 8 Passengers,
okay.
But it reminded me of the corporal punishment.
Yeah.
But Eve and Chad are like the black sheep. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. They are like clear. And Eve is so funny because she was like 3, but she would be like, what? Like she was like, this woman is psycho. And there's a clip where she's explaining to them, they all come into the dinner table and she has this huge trash bag and she's like, these are your belongings that I've collected from around the house. And you have to pay for them, basically, in cash.
This is literally my
back.
family.
She did that?
This is
Terrible.
This is literally my family.
Insane.
One time, my dad forgot to feed the dog, and he took him back to the shelter.
What? Why?
Our dog Coco. We didn't feed the dog that night.
Oh, you didn't feed. I thought he said he didn't feed the dog, so he said back to the shelter. Too much work.
And then we just woke up the next morning. We're like, "Where's Coco?" And my dad had taken him back to the pound.
Oh my God!
Because we couldn't take care of our animals.
That's so abusive. That's just terrible. I'm sorry, Sarah.
No, literally, like, now I want to read everything that they've done. I'll be like,
you should. Well, it might be upsetting too, but I mean, if you watch these 8 Passengers, because in the video she holds up the trash bag and Chad goes, "That's my homework."
Yeah,
she's taking his homework off his desk.
Yeah,
I mean, like you can buy it back with cash.
Yeah,
terrible. So yeah, but they film these things and they think they're doing good, and then all the comments are like, "Wait, we are having to get the government involved because this is so scary."
Yeah.
There's also the LeBrant fam. They're the most famous, I would say. They're just huge.
Yeah, they were originally Viners, and then they had reproduced. Everly was already alive at that time, and then Posey, Zealand, and Sunday. Sunday doesn't have to work because
She was born on Sunday.
Lord's Day.
Sunday.
All right.
Did you know there's a woman on TikTok? You have to watch her. I'll be fast, but she guesses people's baby names before they have babies.
Oh, yeah.
She's incredible.
Well, I mean, don't put hints in your Instagram captions if you don't want people to guess.
Right, but she gets them all right. She gets them. I wish I remembered her name, but my girlfriend showed them to me, and I was addicted to watching them because she would guess the most. Because she does it to a lot of family vloggers because they name their kids just like made up names.
Yeah.
And she did the LeBrants, and they guessed Sunday, and I think they guessed Zealand and Posey too. She guesses all of them. It's insane.
Well, I mean, the people writing these hints in Instagram captions, they're fairly uninspired, and they're basically like, "You're the laziest day of the week. I can't wait to meet you."
Yeah.
You know, it's like, okay, or like, it's not like Taylor Swift lyrics where it's like legit Easter eggs. That's a throwback to last week's episode, maybe. But yeah,
But some of them she'll be like, "Well, I know this woman's mom was born in Paris.
Yeah.
And her aesthetic is this in her house.
Yeah.
So I think she's gonna want a name that is this and this and this." And then it's incredible. And she gets it right every time. It's amazing.
good for you.
Yeah, it's me actually. I'm promoting myself. The LeBrants they're very Christian, and they got in a lot of hot water because they made a documentary. I would hardly call it a documentary about how pro-life they are. And it was the most ridiculous documentary. They compared aborting babies to the Holocaust. There you go. There was a part where Savannah LeBrant, who's the mom,
What is with extremists going straight to the Holocaust?
Right, and Hitler. I'm like, stop. Just things can be bad without you. Abortions aren't bad, but things can be bad without it being the Holocaust. Just like calm down.
Yeah.
It's like they think it's making a point. Like when people would call people, you love to call people Hitler, and it's like, what? It's not.
Yeah.
It's not until it is. And then when it is, then you can't even use it because it sounds like you're like, I know everybody says this person's like Hitler, but this person actually is kind of like Hitler, you know?
Yeah.
And in the video, she talks about how, she was a teen mom and it was really hard and she didn't know if she could do it. And then she did it and everything worked out and it was proof. She was proof. A woman who's made all her money on Vine and TikTok and Instagram and YouTube.
Wait, I mean, historically, it's been so hard for skinny white women to
Bleach blonde.
Yeah.
To get views.
Yeah, to achieve anything in society. But, and so she should be giving very general advice to everyone, minorities included. But no, that's just like stupid. But I mean, it makes sense. They're pro-life. Like you could see them and I'd be like, they're pro-life.
Yes. And he'd made so many comments on Twitter. He used to tweet just the most insane things about it's like, why are you surprised? And I would always be surprised the people who would collab with them.
Yeah.
Because I was like, people have to know they're so conservative.
Yeah.
You can use context clues. It would be shocking if they were not. And they never speak on anything. Yeah. And now I think they're after the pro-life thing came out, I think they were like, which I don't think is that stupid of them. I think they were knowledgeable that at that point, the only people who were watching are also conservative.
Yeah.
And that's like nobody who's like me is watching the LeBrant fam.
Yeah.
So I think they were like, that's fine. But after that, they've really opened the floodgates and they're just like, I forget her name. Never mind. I'm not. Anyways, yeah.
We also have some other notable channels. The B family, another Vine, people.
Oh my God, I forgot about them.
We got KK and Baby J, the Tube family, the Ohana Adventure, Family Fun Pack, Daily Bumps. Ooh, talk about psoriasis. I don't know what that's about. I think she's getting pregnant all the time. Family Fizz,
Sakana Jolie.
Yeah, the Bucket List family. They're all terminal. No, actually, I don't know why. No, I don't know why they're called the Bucket List family.
Probably because they do things on their bucket list.
Oh.
But probably not. They probably live in Utah and are like, my bucket list is
I think
to go boating.
They're all in hospice.
Yeah, they're. I know. We're gonna find out. We're gonna edit this out. Their daughter has cancer. I'm gonna be like, please no.
But
Ray Haley's as well is a crazy one.
Yeah, there are also TikTok families. But we're gonna quickly dive into the ethics of this. We did touch on this with mommy vloggers, but I think a lot of mommy vloggers, like you said, have learned their lesson. Mm-hmm. I feel like family vloggers, since it's about the kids, have not.
Well, I think some of them have realized, but what can they do? They've quit their jobs.
Yeah.
Their life is their children. And so their career is their children. So they've had to just be defensive. Like, it's so embarrassing. They're just like so much more defensive.
Yeah.
And it's going to become, I hope, and I think, a legal thing where they just can't do it. It's not like an opinion. I'm going to take my kids off. It's going to be like, you have to take your kids off.
Should have invested your money, dum-dum. Mm-hmm. So let's, Kendahl, take it away with the ethics.
Well, I'll tell you, Sarah. Since most of the children in family vlogs are under the age of 18, they have no legal grounds to refuse being on camera. The only people who could offer that protection are their parents who are exploiting them. YouTube provides community guidelines for content creators and viewers, but while they specifically prohibit explicit material, violence, and copyright infringement, no mention is made of consent or compensation for people who appear on channels they do not own.
And I think that that's going to quickly change with, I think there's going to be laws, because I know people who've been filmed in public, like someone makes fun of them.
Yeah.
Someone's going to film the wrong person, and that person's going to sue, and that's going to set a precedent with the courts that will immediately apply to family channels. But yes.
Because yes. I was going to say something, but I can't remember. Yep. Okay, children's privacy and safety is at risk when they are put on social media. Family vlogging channels give out a lot of information. And I'm talking about videos of the front of these people's houses.
Yeah.
And video footage of doctor's appointments. Like, you're in the room with the child and the doctor, and you were hearing, like, there's footage of, isn't that insane?
Yeah, and it, like, reminds me of something that we talked about with family, like, mommy vloggers, is that, like, moms will, like, or people will film their children doing something, and they're like, it's innocent, a child's innocent. Like, they don't mean, like, they're not doing anything when they're eating this hot dog, but it's like, you are not accounting for how many people are absolutely out of their mind. Sure, in a perfect world, like, you could film the front of your house, or you could film a child eating a hot dog, but there's perverts. Dude, there's stalkers.
And there's proof. You can go. I haven't, but I watched a video of a guy who went through and looked at these family vlog channels.
Yeah.
And he shows the clips where the viewership spikes.
Yeah.
And what is it every time? A child's foot, a child in a bathing suit. It's so disturbing. And the thing is, it's like, if I posted a YouTube video and my foot was in it and that got a bunch of viewer spikes, I don't care. Like, to me, I'm like, I don't care. Obviously, I'm not a child, so that's different. But, like, it still is weird, and I still would be like, whatever, but I get to make that decision.
Yeah.
You know, and that's like I think sometimes these parents will give all these, they'll be defensive, and it's like, well, any defense you have does not matter, because it's not you. You're not, it's your child is having to deal with that. And they will have, I mean, if I wanted to, I've never looked into this up, but it would be so easy, because they have the signs in the background. They have, like, they show what city they live in. It's bizarre. And I could, 8 passengers, every school, they tell you what school they go to, where they live, what church they go to, their kid's schedule. They say, oh, my kid works at the pool on Thursdays and Tuesdays at this pool. I mean, it's like a kidnapper's dream. It's insane.
It's like, oh, your child does competitive cheer in Greenville, South Carolina, which has a population of 100,000. There's only a couple gyms that your kid could be going to. Actually, probably only one gym that your kid could be going to. Now we just follow you home, dude. And
they film everyone else's kids.
Yeah.
Then that's what I think you're right, is that people are going to start being like, you cannot do that. Because enough parents now are like, I don't want my kid on the internet. But I mean, Shay Carl used to do it all the time, filming his kids' gymnastics lessons. And there's just hundreds of kids in, like, leotards running around that he's filming. And it's, like, bizarre. And so it's very dangerous. Several vlogging channels have been chosen to remove their children from the internet when their channel analytics revealed that massive portion of viewers were adult men, and their YouTube videos were being embedded on the websites of pedophiles.
Yeah.
There you go. One creator saw her percentage of male viewers drop from 40% to 17% of her audience when she disabled the ability for her videos to be downloaded or embedded. That is so scary.
But the thing is, it's not even like 0.5%. Like, this is what these, like, there's so many articles about this. Like, so many mothers and fathers should be like, why, like, 20%, 23% of my audience, my male audience dropped off. Like, you must know that probably the other 70-something% are also creeps if they're dudes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
you're totally fine with that? You're totally fine with that.
It's so bad. It's so bad. And now, and it's not even just creeps also. I mean, that's a huge issue.
Yeah.
But it's just you giving, like you said earlier, this parasocial relationship with someone to your kids. Like, I know that Maya Knight, Maya Knight,
Mm-hmm.
she had her 2 babies on the internet for a long time, and she just took them off.
Yeah.
And the comments were like, and still to this day, they've been off the internet for months and months and months. It's just like, I miss the babies. I miss the baby. And it's like these Midwestern moms who I don't think are harming anyone. They're not, but they like have a relationship with these babies.
Yeah.
And that is so weird. It's like, wow, when Maya Knight took her babies off the internet, I had no feeling about it. I think I was like, good for you. That's good.
Yeah.
But like, I have no connection to these babies in
Yeah.
any capacity. They're just 2 babies that I like knew kind of what they looked like. It's so bizarre to have any relationship with any child on the internet. In my opinion, anyone on the internet, really.
Yeah. I have just a general question. Do I have dead eyes?
No, why?
People tell me when I laugh, my eyes don't move.
Laugh? No, you've not dead eyes at all.
No, I need to laugh more. I think I do that comedy thing where I know everything you're saying is funny, and instead of like laughing, my brain's like, yes. Okay, sorry. But yeah, I just thought about that because I was looking at you and I was like, have I moved my face?
You start moving it way too much. I'm like, are you okay? What's happening?
Sorry. Okay, keep going. But yes, parents are exploiting their children for money. We talked about this. You start sacrificing your children's safety for income.
I think it's changing though. I did a brand deal. I was filming a brand deal the other day, and in the brief, it was like I've never seen this, like a huge paragraph. It was under safety.
Yeah.
And it was like, do not put your children in this video. We will not utilize a video with children in it. And I was like, I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be more common.
Definitely. They said for child actors, the Coogan Act ensures that part of their earnings is safeguarded for when they reach the age of majority. This is a protection against exploitation because it prevents the parents from spending the child's money. However, nothing prevents family vloggers from exploiting their children and spending the money.
All the money.
So they oh my God.
And it's so annoying. It's
Oh my
so because
God.
they always say, well, I give them a great life. I'm like, I don't care. It's not. Imagine if your like spouse did that. They took all your money from work and were like, well, I'm going to buy you something nice for Christmas. That's insane.
Do this thought experiment with your partner. What if your partner, from when they woke up in the morning, started filming you? Like, just
because they film them waking up.
yeah, like, okay, like if you can't put your, like if Naomi, as soon as they woke up, started filming me for about 8 hours, that would drive you absolutely insane.
Yeah.
And that's, imagine like every day of that.
And you never connect. And a person had said this a while ago in a video too. I can't remember who they were, but they were talking about how like you watch these videos of these moms filming these kids' life, and you're like, oh, it's so sweet. And they'll be like at a pool, and they're filming their kids, and they're having fun. And you realize, oh, the mom is not in any of these videos.
Yeah.
She's never spending time with her children. She's always just filming them.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
Yeah, and like think about like the idea of being like, when I watch my stand-up videos back, I hyperanalyze my body, and these also are like young girls too, young boys, like existing in a society where like your body is constantly critiqued, and I have no doubt in my mind that all these girls get their bodies critiqued, and it's just like, and they're adjusting, and now imagine adjusting your body for 8 hours at a time, and you're 7.
Insane.
Yeah,
It's insane. It's so scary.
It's actually deeply
so
upsetting.
Sad. No, it's so sad. It's so upsetting. And it's like, when will I don't, and it's, I think it's, because even for me, I used to think it was bad.
yeah,
But I wasn't like, the more you dive into the rabbit hole of family vlogging, the more you're like, this should be immediately illegal.
Yeah.
This is so bad. It's like so bad. And so many people are doing it. And it is truly horrifying.
Yeah.
It's so dangerous and just so sad. I mean, there's so many clips of parents like sitting with their kids and with a camera, like selfie mode.
Yeah.
Being like, so let's talk about your grandfather's passing.
Yeah.
Like, how do you feel? Because that's like what people want to see.
Yeah.
And the kid is looking at the camera, the mom is looking at the camera. It's like not with each other.
yeah,
You can never process any, and they get bullied too. They
Yeah.
get so badly bullied.
yeah.
Like well, we'll get into this later. I'll chill out.
This is a sidebar and kind of sad. I was reading Madison Beer's book.
Oh yeah.
But like she got bullied, like, because I mean, any person who gets famous at a certain age, you think that it'll make you cooler or like connect with people. And I mean, like, I know they're like famous people. Madison Beer she actually didn't choose to be famous, but like, well, she did kind of, but you have to read the book. But like, like, it's just like people bully you, and it's horrible. And we're going to talk, are there any benefits to family channels? There are some benefits, but it's mainly to the parents for the income and like sharing family members, education on like eventually after the first month it becomes totally inauthentic. So it doesn't even matter if like a parent is watching to connect with someone. That's not even how people exist normally.
And I'm so sick of people using the term raising awareness.
Yeah.
You don't need to raise awareness for everything. People will use, like, if they want to talk about like tea, like anything drama that's happened, they're like, I don't want to talk about this, but I needed to raise awareness. And it's for like a thing that's like, what are you even raising? We know that happens and it just happened to you. That's not like a thing that needs to be, but family channels do it all the time. They'll have a kid who has a disability. They film him 24/7.
Yeah.
No consent, all medical information, using him for clickbait and everything. And I wanted to raise awareness about this disability.
We are
It's
now
like,
aware that you're a piece of shit.
we were aware that existed.
Yeah.
And if we weren't aware, okay, now we know, but like we don't need to watch your child like eating breakfast to know that exists.
Yeah.
You could easily do a video being like, I'm a mom of a kid who has this.
Yeah.
Here's some information. But you don't want to spread information. You do not care. And also there are forums for parents to connect. I think a lot of them will be like, well, or people who and this, I think, should immediately be illegal. I cannot believe this isn't legal because there's so many laws with foster care and adoption. I don't know how this is allowed.
Oh, my God.
But people who film, they adopt 50 kids and do vlog channels. It's insane. And all these kids have pre-existing trauma. And we're going to talk about it in a second.
I think you can't film foster kids.
You cannot. You can't.
Yeah.
I mean, and in a lot of places with international adoption, you can't even film them for like up to a year.
Yeah.
It's like obviously but then a lot of these people, what do? They foster a kid and immediately adopt them.
Yeah.
Which is, I'm not going to get into that. I'm not going to get into my ethics of that because we'd be here 2 hours. But
if we want to talk about how someone treating like oh my God, sorry, my family has every story. My brother's adopted.
Yeah.
We could talk about this. But yes.
But they adopt them immediately. Because why? Because they can film them. Because there's no other. They immediately film them. There's a channel that does face reveal videos.
Yeah.
For the kids they adopt.
Oh my God.
From foster care, who are like 17. Do you know how much trauma you have? I mean, anyone who's gone through the foster care system obviously has trauma. But being 17.
Yeah.
16, 15, 17, and you've gone through that whole system. They've been in group home after group home, and they get to this, and they're doing a face reveal.
Yeah.
What is happening? Like, how is that allowed? It's crazy.
It's traumatizing. Can I tell you a traumatizing story?
Yeah.
Okay, so
imagine if now I said no. I said no more, you're cut off.
I remember in California, after my mom was deployed for the first time, my dad did something very bad. And it was like the next week. And so I go into my dad's office, and my mom and my dad are like filling out forms to like potentially like foster a child. And I literally was like weeping. I was like, my brother and my sister never got involved. I don't even think they know I did this, but I literally like lost my shit. And I was like, you cannot bring another child into this house. And I like destroyed my dad's office. Yeah. And I was like a kid, and I got punished for that. But I was like, you are not, after what you just did, you cannot bring a child into this home. Yeah. But it's crazy how fucked up. It's always the most fucked up people who like pursue foster kids. And it's never fair to the foster kids because they've already been put through so much shit. And now they know probably 50-50 that they're about to go to a home where someone just wants the income from the government.
I mean, I would say more than 50-50. Yeah. Most of the time it's a bad situation. It's so bad. I mean, hopefully it's getting better. I don't know. I doubt it. But it's so bad. And they film them. And there's so many people who do this. There's people who started fostering so they can I mean, it's bizarre. Yeah. And they all share all their trauma. There's a woman who talks about her 2 sons, they're twins, and talks about all their
what they've been through.
Yes. Talks about, one of the channels, a different one, does story times where they have the kids sit with the mom and the dad and they have them explain everything they've been through. And these 2 twins, this is a different family, but she's even worse than this other family. And they're all bad, but she's terrible. She talks about, and she shits on the birth parents. Yeah. She has millions of followers. She shits on the birth parents, talks about all they did, the abuse that they did, what the kids were like when she picked them up from the hospital, and like, what they've been through. It's so insane that she's sharing it. And in one of them, in the family where they sit and they talk with the kid, they're always like, "Well, we asked if they wanted to do this." They
don't understand the scope of what you're asking.
They don't understand, and also, I don't know. These are very this is a 14-year-old who, from the story they've just told, and I don't watch these, but like I've seen clips on TikTok or whatever, from the story they've just told, have never really been loved for their entire life.
Yeah.
And now you're two people who have taken them in and adopted them and are asking them to do something that will make you happy.
Yeah.
What do you think they're going to say?
Yeah, and like shit talking the parent. The main goal of fostering is reunifying, like putting the child back together. That's so fucked up on so many levels.
It's so
to ask
insane.
You wouldn't ask someone traumatized to say their story if they were an adult. So making a kid do that who doesn't know any better.
Yeah.
How can you sleep at night? Like, actually, how can you sleep at night?
It's insane.
Yeah.
I mean, they make it, it's like a reality show. It is a reality show. They vlog everything. There's it's the first day we're meeting our new placements.
Yeah.
And this is what we've heard about them. They tell every aspect of their life in such detail. And some of them, I mean, one of the women who's on TikTok, she's like I don't know the details of this, but I think like a temporary guardian for these two teenagers. They're not even adopted.
Yeah.
And there's so much drama between the mom and her because she like shit talks them.
Yeah.
It's like insane. It's so insane. And I don't know. I just like can't. So that to me is insane. That isn't illegal. Mm-hmm. I don't know how, but hopefully it will be soon. I don't know what to tell you.
We're going to run through some potential legislation addressing these concerns. In France, legislation was introduced in 2020 that regulates how many hours children under 16 can work online and what happens to their earnings. For starters, parents need to request permission to record videos with their children for monetary purposes. Even then, it's your parent asking a child. Earnings have to be placed in the fund that the child can access at 18 years old. The new France law also ensures a right to be forgotten, meaning that platforms are required to delete content if the child asks them to. Oh, hell yeah.
That's nice.
That we should do that, yeah. In France, parents can be jailed and fined if their children choose to sue them for breaching privacy.
Wow.
I think this is like, we really need this. Oh my God, you want to know the most messed up statistic that fucks me up? So there's like a psychologist suggests that children only need 30% of their needs met by their parents to be happy, healthy children. 30%.
Wow.
Is a low F.
Yeah.
And a lot of these people are not even doing that. That is crazy.
Oh, man.
One teen, Chris McCarty, Chris uses the pronouns they, them, is attempting to introduce legislation that addresses the labor issue of children on social media. They've been working with the Washington State Representative Emily Wicks, who serves on the Children, Youth, and Family Committee. They work together to propose House Bill 2032. If passed, the Washington State Legislature, the bill would apply to content that generates at least 10 cents per view and has individual minor featured over 30% of the time. Oh, hell yeah. That in that case, a percentage of the family's vlog income will be set aside in a trust to be given to the child when they turn 18.
That's great.
Yeah. At the time, the individual could request that the content they appear in be removed from the tech platform.
How good would that feel? You take all this money and you say delete everything. I'm done.
Oh my God. Yeah, the money's already put aside. I wish that would be like, I would live vicariously through those children. There's so many things that when I turn 18, I wish like I could turn around and say, fuck you.
Yeah.
So to like, I would honestly like pay to hear them like say, remove all that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be incredible. Family vlogging scandals. Mm-hmm. There's been so many of them because this is what's insane. They do it to themselves. They're never outed. They film something that's insane and they watch it and they edit it and they're like, this is acceptable to put on the internet. Mm-hmm. So Cole and Savannah LeBrant have been open about their Christian faith at times, controversially so. In several tweets, Cole LeBrant has opposed abortion in the case of rape, at one point stating he would strongly encourage his own daughter to not abort a baby conceived from assault. Okay. When people make these tweets, what do they think? It's like whenever someone talks about J.K. Rowling, I'm like, why did she talk? Like, just shut up. Why are you doing... I get if you're asked about something and then you share your opinion and everyone hates you for that. Okay, then I guess I understand why you said it. But why are these people just like cold... telling people what they think for no one's asking.
Yeah.
I'm like, why? I don't understand. So the LeBrant family posted a 30-minute video titled Abortion. They also posted a video. They love to make kind of documentaries. They posted one called She Has Cancer. Uh-huh. It's something along those lines. I think it was exactly she has cancer.
Yeah.
The thumbnail, and it was on Premiere, so you can't watch it immediately.
Yeah.
So they posted it like a week in advance. The thumbnail is them and their daughter.
Yeah.
So, but it wasn't. It was about them donating to a girl somewhere who had cancer.
Oh, I think they had a friend who was like born in April or something.
They had a cancer. They had a cancer. They had cancer, and they were like, "It's a typo." I don't know, but they were like clickbaiting to think that their kid had cancer.
Yeah.
So that was another scandal that is insane.
Actually, she was diagnosed with cancer, so it's even like clearer.
She was diagnosed with cancer. That's what it was called.
Oh shit.
She was diagnosed with cancer.
This is what I don't understand. I, as a fully functioning adult, would not clickbait that sort of thing with a friend. Why would it be okay with a child? This is where, like, this is when, okay, sorry that I'm trauma dumping. When I think about abuse that I've endured from my parents, they always said the line, you'll understand when you're older. I am older, and I would not do that shit to my best friend.
Yeah.
Like, why would it be okay to do to a kid? And that's like that just like it makes you like wrap your mind on these people are out of their minds.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. They know, and that's what's sick. These people know what they're doing. They really do. I think there's some women on TikTok who are, you can tell are very young and they have a kid and they're like, look, they put bows in their hair. And I'm like, I don't think they're as like sinister.
Yeah.
I think they shouldn't put their kids online, but I don't think they know what's going on. These people, the LeBrant fam knows what's going on. 8 Passengers knows what's going on. They are titling videos and using thumbnails that they know will attract people. Sometimes family vloggers are doing ones that they know will attract perverts. Mm-hmm. Like they are purposely putting their kid in that situation because they know that will get a lot of views.
This is my message to the LeBrant family. Your house is built upon sand. Your faith is not real, and you will spend eternity in hell. So, best of luck. You are
I can't
morally.
wait. I can't wait for people to screen grab that and send it to them. I really need that to be. Daddy of 5 that was what they got. They abused their kids.
But we already touched on. We talked about Shay Carl, 8 Passengers.
Yeah.
What's another one that I've never heard of? Fantastic Adventures.
I don't know what that is.
All right.
I don't know. So they're not important.
No, they're
If
not.
I don't know them, I have no idea. Let me for my own sake look through 8 Passengers, make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay,
yeah.
just make sure. Okay, yeah, I already got that one. Oh my God, wait. It's not. I haven't read it on here, but I should watch this video with you one day. It's the funniest video of all time. It's not really funny, but I've watched it with almost all of my friends. I make them watch this video. It's so funny. It's called We Were in a Car Crash. It's an 8 Passengers video.
Yeah.
Where she, if you can believe it, is not in a car crash.
Yeah.
She witnesses a car crash. She's driving her kids. It's their first day of school. They're in this huge passenger van. That's why it's called 8 Passengers. It's like an 8-passenger bus. It's huge.
Yeah.
She drives her kids. The car in front of her gets into a car crash. She pulls over. She's screaming, "Have we been hit?" If you guys have been in a car crash,
You know
if you've been hit.
Yeah.
She knew she had not been hit. She's screaming, "Have we been hit? Have we been hit?" She's freaking out. All the kids start crying because they're little at this point. They're so scared because she's freaking out. She gets out of the car, abandons them in the car, runs, like sprinting on the highway.
Yeah.
Finds this filming everyone, by the way, in the car crash.
Yeah.
Filming the teenager who's in the car crash. He's looking at her like, "Why are you filming me? Like, this is insane." She's like, "Are you okay?" She goes up to the police. She's like, I don't know if we were hit. I don't know what happened. She stays there for like an hour, keeps asking if she can fill out a report. They're like, you were not in this crash.
Yeah.
We don't care.
Yeah.
Like, she can do a statement because she saw it, but she like doesn't know what's happening. Then she continues to stay because she knows this is incredible footage.
Yeah.
And it got millions of views. She gets in the car with all the kids and she holds their hands and she's like, I want you guys to know why we weren't in that crash. We should have been in that crash. Like, we were supposed to be in that crash, but there's not a scratch in our car. It's because we said our prayers this morning, and that's why we weren't in that car crash. Then she has a friend come pick them up on the highway to take them to their first day of school, even though she is not needed.
Yeah.
The police is like, you weren't in the car crash.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't know though. Maybe I was involved. And so the kids walk like 200 feet. She films them on the highway by themselves. She doesn't even walk them to this car. They get in the car. Then she's talking with the police. Then it pans. Her youngest daughter, she forgot, is sitting in the back of the car crying. And she's like, oh my God, I forgot that you were there.
Yeah.
And the daughter's like crying, not because she was scared, but because she was like, I've been abandoned. Like in this car, I don't even know what's going on. And then it's very funny because Ruby is the woman is like, talking about her experience at the car crash. And the little girl's like, you're a bad driver. And she's such a narcissist. Like, it's like, if a kid says that to you, that doesn't fucking matter. Like, I would laugh and be like, I know, right? You can tell is affected by it because she can't be bad at anything.
Yeah.
And she takes a huge deep breath and she's like, I am not a bad driver. You could tell. I'm like, that kid got yelled at after the cameras were turned off.
Yeah.
It's the most insane video.
Oh my God.
But that's just a clickbait. It's an example of the clickbait. She was not in a car crash.
Yeah.
But she heightens it. But that's another part of that's traumatizing. You're now living with parents who are trying to heighten every situation. It's like how reality TV is not real. Like if you hear any of the girls from Dance Moms talk about it, they're like, all of those scenarios were contrived. Or they like weren't really what happened, but they took a scene from somewhere else and made it look like that.
Yeah.
You now have parents who are like, oh, there's kind of a car crash that you weren't in, and now they're making it your entire day and making it so traumatic for you because they need good footage.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's all I have to say. That's all I have to say about 8 Passengers. I won't talk about them again. I'm sorry.
Oh my God. But it does sound eerily familiar too.
I'm sorry.
I don't want to give them views, but I'll read their Wikipedia page later and I'll be like,
Mommy?
Mom?
You fall in love with one of them. You like have such bad mommy. She's like, I have such a big crush on Ruby.
No.
And she's in a cult now.
She is?
She's in a cult. It's bizarre. She's excommunicated from her entire family. The mom. She joined this thing called Connections, where they basically believe everyone is in distortion if they don't believe what they believe. And it's really scary. So none of the kids really speak to her, except the really little ones. They speak to her. But she pulled them all from school recently. They're all homeschooled now. Very scary. And she's not filming anymore. And I think a dark part of me is like, I wish she was still family vlogging so that we could keep an eye on these children.
Yeah.
Anyways, what are you going to do?
Well, that has been sufficiently bleak. We actually do have a family vlogger here in the studio.
What a joy.
I
Are we
know.
excited to see her?
I think I might throw hands.
It's so hard because a topic like this you think is going to be fun.
Yeah.
And then it is so sad. It's so deeply dark and sad.
Yes.
I think you and I should have just an 8 Passengers video or a 8 Passengers episode because it can be funny.
Oh, I want to, a video topic I want to do on specifically on filming people in public. I saw something on the Citizen app the other day that was awful. This man got shot and someone went live and he was just filming.
No.
He was just filming the guy on the ground. And but that was the whole point. Like that's what the Citizen app does. Just filming people.
No. Oh my God, that's terrible. Okay, yeah, no, that's
we got to
bad.
write that down. And family of 8.
A family of 8.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, we're, there we go.
On that note, let's interview a family vlogger. Kendahl, can you pull my church van around?
I'll pull it around.
Thank you.
And I might get in a crash because I'm not a very good driver.
All right.
Or maybe I won't be in the crash, but I'll say I'm in the crash. That's going to take me a while. That's my point.
I'll watch the footage later.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. And we're back. We are joined by Danielle Quincy.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? Are you breastfeeding right now?
Yes, I am. I didn't have time to feed my baby before he came in, so I'm doing it now.
Oh, well.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, I know this seems like weird to do on camera, but I gave birth to him on camera, so the people have already seen the most of it.
Oh, my God. Is that a video on your channel?
Yes, a vaginal birth.
Oh, wow.
On my channel.
Yes,
you can see it.
It's overwhelming.
Yes, many science classes use it.
So tell us a little bit about your YouTube channel.
Okay, so I started it a couple years ago when my firstborn was born.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 5 years ago now. And then I started it and it went viral.
Uh-huh.
So I've been filming every single day. I show all the activities we do. I do parenting advice, how I discipline my kids. My stepdaughter and my stepson, they're older, so I'm showing them going through puberty. It's everything. We show everything. We are raw. We are real.
Mm-hmm. So that aside, what's the hardest part about family vlogging?
Everything's very hard, Sarah, because I quit my job a couple of years back when the channel started doing well.
Yeah.
And then when the views started dropping, I had to start making things work.
Uh-huh.
So in my day-to-day life, I have to purposely cause issues in my family, and it has completely torn us apart. I lit our house on fire, Sarah.
Oh my
I lit
God.
our house on fire, and I burned our whole house down.
Oh my God.
And that video got 6.6 million views.
Oh wow. What does your husband think about all that?
Well, he died in the fire.
Oh wow. So
So I've remarried now, and he does not like, he doesn't like the vlogging, but it pulls in a lot of cash.
Yeah. Well, sorry about your husband.
It's okay.
How many videos did you make about that tragedy?
Hundreds.
I guess.
I filmed everything. I did a prank where I told my kids he died. And then at the end I said, this is a prank. And then I said, just kidding, that's the prank. He did die.
Oh,
in the fire.
Yeah.
7.7 million views.
Oh wow. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
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 So how has the family vlogging affected your family?
It's ruined it, Sarah. And it will ruin it forever because even my stepson's career is ruined.
Yeah.
He wanted to be a doctor, a psychologist. I went into his textbooks and I reprinted them all with my own texts that were wrong ideas because I kind of wanted a storyline of like, my son is bad at school.
Yeah.
Because people can relate to that. Well, he failed all his classes. He's going to a community college. Now he's not going to be a doctor. He's going to be an artist.
That's incredible that he's going through puberty in community college.
Exactly right. Because he was originally going to graduate early. They said he was a genius. So he graduated high school at 12.
Oh my God.
And then he was he was going to go to college, but he did a year abroad.
Yeah.
And then I started kind of messing with his grades. And so they pulled him back into high school.
Yeah.
It's been terrible. And his dad is so mad at me from heaven or hell, depending where he's at.
That's actually an incredible feat. I've heard of unschooling, but ungraduating?
Ungraduate, and they said he's too stupid. Put him back in high school.
Yeah.
All because of me, Sarah.
Oh my God.
I got a tattoo of my kids' names. I had the tattoo artist purposely spell all the names wrong. Now they're just on me.
Yeah. Where are they?
On my butt. They were supposed to be on my arms, but I said, put them on my butt, and that's a whole video. My oldest son's named Ashton. I had them put Aston. Ass is on me forever.
At least it's labeling the right place.
Yeah, well, exactly right. People know where to find it.
Do your kids like the vlogging?
No, they hate it, Sarah.
Yeah.
They hate the vlogs. They just don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
They don't want to do it because they know when the camera comes out, something bad's going to happen.
Yeah.
They know something bad's going to happen.
What about this one? Are they even like aware enough to hate?
Alive? No, this is a dead baby.
Oh my God.
He died. He passed away. And this is because there was an accident during filming. So this is a fake baby I carry around to make sure people know he's still alive. Because I don't want to get canceled, Sarah. I don't want to get canceled.
I think the LeBrants were talking about you at one point.
I know.
So which videos of yours get the most views?
There is my son gets hit by a car. That got 17 million views.
Oh my God.
There's
Did you ask him to go in the street?
I put him in the street and I hit him with my car. That's just how it happens.
It was your car.
I thought I'd hit him light, but I've known I have good reflexes and I hit him all the way. He was fine. He was fine. He was at that age where those boys are just so malleable.
Yeah.
But he was traumatized forever.
Was it dash cam footage or shot from the side?
It was dash cam, and then I was vlogging it as well, and then I had a camera team filming it as well.
Was he not aware that this was about to happen?
He was not aware. No, you got to get the good reactions because they're not good actors, my kids. They're not good actors. Sarah, my life is hell.
I know.
And I need help, but I can't get out of it because if I stop filming, the money will stop coming in, and I've got a sponsorship with Clorox that I can't give up, Sarah, making $50K a month from Clorox.
Yeah. And bleach will get blood off the road. But what's another video that's gotten a lot of views for your family?
Talking about my first time.
Doing?
Sex.
Wow.
I waited till marriage to have sex publicly. Privately, I've been having sex for years, Sarah.
So you lost your public virginity.
I'm a Christian woman. I'm a Christian woman, and I waited till marriage to have sex, and I did a video talking about that. It did very well. It didn't feature my children, so that was a big moment for me. So whenever my kids won't speak to me, I have to film a video talking about my sex life, which is not very active because my husband is dead.
Yeah. What about your new husband? He's alive.
He doesn't want to have sex with me, Sarah.
I figured. I'm sorry about that.
Too dangerous because I try to vlog it.
Yeah. Do you have any regrets?
Yes, Sarah. Do I look like a woman who doesn't have regrets?
You have it written all over your face.
I know. I got it tattooed.
Yeah.
I have so many regrets. I should have just never quit my job, but now I have to make money filming traumatizing things. I flooded our house.
Oh my God.
Do you know how much money that costs?
No.
A lot of money.
Yeah.
I had to rebuild our entire house. I have to move every year because you know it does well moving vlogs.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of moving.
Yeah.
I move every 6 months so that I can get a moving vlog. People love to see a house reveal.
You should just work for U-Haul.
I know. I tried to get a sponsorship, but they said I can't put my children in the ads.
Yeah.
It's just so hard, and I don't know what to do.
I'm so sorry. Would you encourage other people to start family vlogging?
Yes. It's incredible cash. I make millions, Sarah.
What are you doing with this millions?
I'm rebuilding our house.
Oh,
I
yeah.
had to throw another wedding for me and my new husband. I had to build another house because one of them burned down.
Yeah. Well, you have to spend money to make money.
Exactly right. They're all write-offs.
Yeah.
They're all write-offs. Oh.
Well, I'm sorry about every regret that you've ever had.
Thank you, Sarah.
But thank you so much for coming on the show. Have you been vlogging this the entire time?
Yes, I have. You see my sunglasses?
Yeah.
That's a recording device.
Oh my God, they're pointed towards the sky.
I know. I'm not a good cinematographer, Sarah.
Oh my gosh. It's going to be mainly dialogue.
Exactly right.
Well, thank you. So what was your name again?
Don't ask me that.
Well,
You think I know my fucking name?
thank you so much for coming on the podcast. I really wish you well. And I hope that you can find some peace in your life.
Thank you, Sarah.
Well, that's it for today, guys.
Well, there you go.
That was awful.
That was terrible.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? I'm so glad I wasn't here for it. I saw her walking out. She didn't notice me because she was in selfie mode.
Yeah.
She was filming herself.
I think she heard the baby crying in the back seat and was like, oh my God, I forgot to turn the AC on.
Oh, did you like her? Was she nice?
She reminded me of my mom.
Okay, there we go.
Yes.
Okay, there we go.
But
Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you're a child who is on a family vlog channel, I'm sorry and we love you. And if you're filming your kids, stop. Why are you filming your kid? Just come on.
Just be interesting. Adopt a bunch of animals or ask Gam Gam to say crazy shit.
Yeah, literally. Just enjoy your time. You don't need to prove to anyone you're a good mom. Just enjoy your time with your kids.
Yes, and make sure to listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, any place you get your podcasts, or follow us, subscribe to us on YouTube. Yeah, that's really fun, and we do this every Wednesday.
We do this every single Wednesday. If you can believe it.
I know.
Every damn Wednesday. It never ends.
No, we're locked in here.
All right. Thank you so much. And we just adore you. Okay. Bye.